Right, so listen, today what he's done is an amazing conversion. He's done a commercial to Rezi and we've got 3 flats. We're gonna go check them out. Okay, so today I'm really happy because I finally get the chance to sit down with Goke and talk about this project that we've actually been financing for him to get him off the bridge that he's on. It's been a real, nothing comes easy with property,
Facts.
yeah? We all know this, nothing comes easy, but it's a journey, and I find that the difficult the projects are, the more knowledgeable you become. And so I'm sat down, you're gonna talk us about this commercial to Rezi.
Yes.
Firstly, tell the people who you are, what you do, part of Property Strats, and tell them a bit about you, man.
My name's Goke, I'm part of Property Strat. I'm a property developer, so I've done a lot of residential development previously. Now I'm kind of venturing into like commercial to residential, so where we turn offices or shops into flats. So that's pretty much it.
Excellent. How did you find this project?
Yeah, so this specific one, I actually found literally on Rightmove. Yeah, so we found just looking at Rightmove, it was on the market for about 3 months. So obviously going in, you're a bit skeptical. Why isn't it on the market for 3 months? Like, what's the issue with the property? So we went in, saw it. We knew why it was on the market for 3 months.
Why?
Because it was a mess.
When you say mess, what was a mess?
It was a mess. Like it was literally upstairs here where we are now was an office, but it was the brickwork was terrible. It didn't look like this basically.
Was you not phased or put
I wasn't phased because again, as property investors, what I've learned over time is literally when people are running away from something,
there you go.
That's when the opportunities are.
That's a gem.
That's a big gem. I mean, I remember a property whereby we went in once and it was smelled of dog poo, as in there was dog poo on the floor. We were smiling. We were doing that. We was like, okay, this is why people aren't buying this.
Money.
We turned into HMO. So,
there you go.
But yeah, like I said, with this one again, you walk in, everything, things didn't even feel stable. Do you know what I mean? So you're looking at it thinking, can we, like, is it possible? What can we do to it? But in my head, I thought, you know what, there's an opportunity here. I looked at the area and then said, look, okay, cool, let's see what we can do for it. It was on the market for 150, but again, cheeky offer.
You have to. Hold on. Cheeky offer. What's your definition of a cheeky offer?
Yeah, I mean, a cheeky offer is a offer whereby you've done your due diligence, right? You know that, okay, this is what this is worth, right? You've done that. However, you've seen that it's been on the market for a bit, try and gauge why it's been on the market, try and understand how desperate the sellers are. With this one, I did that. And what I found out was the sellers, they actually had someone who was gonna buy it, but they couldn't get funding for it. Right. So in my head, I had alarm bells going. I was thinking, okay, I guess what I could do with this is put in an offer, cash offer. So more time, they've already been through the mortgage. Someone else was trying to get mortgage for it, they couldn't get it. So I'm like, okay, I'm putting on a cash offer. Let me put in a cheeky offer. I went in at 120. A bit too cheeky. They said no, that's.
But you was prepared for that.
I was prepared for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's part of the negotiation.
Even if I was to buy it for 150, I would have been okay with it. To be fair, the numbers were okay. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, went back up at 130. They bit my hand off and accepted it for 130. So
don't ask, you don't get.
You don't ask, you don't get, man. That's rule number one, man. So
Okay, and then so to do this type of project, what made you want to get into this? Because obviously you've done like HMOs, you've done basic refurbs. What made you want to take the next leap?
Good question. So so I guess what I thought was because I've done HMO already, I knew about tenant turnover. So there was a lot of times whereby we have like months where there were voids, and I'm like, we're losing money. Like the rooms just there, we're losing money. I've already done single lets in the past, and because I've got a letting agency as well, I know that when in single lets, people stay for like 2 years, like more time. So I'm like, how can I kind of utilize single let living kind of thing, still be able to make more money from it, because obviously people stay away from single lets because the margins aren't really that great. HMOs are better. And
it's even worse nowadays because of the rates.
Absolutely.
At the moment. So
absolutely.
What I like is that you're being creative, you're thinking outside the box. So
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we did. So again, thinking outside the box, I'm like, okay, what can I do to kind of pivot a little bit? So that's when I said, you know what, commercial to residential makes a lot of sense. In addition to that as well, with commercial buildings, they're kind of more cheaper than residential, like square footage wise, like more cheaper. So I said, you know, why don't we just do that? And then with that as well, if you're converting something from commercial to residential, you're forcing the value. Like nobody can argue with the fact that this is now better than what it was,
100%.
if that makes sense. So again, that's why, you know, I kind of pivot a couple of years ago and said, you know what, projects like this, man, I'm going to be doing commercial to residential. This is a smaller version of obviously other stuff we've done, but again, this is the move going forward.
And how did you find it?
Yeah, the process.
Yeah,
bro.
talk to us, man. Talk to me.
Listen, you could do 10 of these, yeah, but then you can always have an issue, like somewhere, something new will slap you in the face. And you're like, oh, like I didn't know. I thought, kind of got over it. So this whole process was, yeah, it was a bit stressful because I think because of the layout of the flat. One thing that's very important when it comes to commercial to residential is soundproofing each flat needs to be on point.
Trying to explain that to people because I think sometimes people think, commercial to
residential. Yeah, it's great.
7-bed HMO.
Yeah.
It's easy. Let me just jump straight into this. But these sort of things are what you're going to come up against.
Absolutely, because obviously it's a different ball game now, innit? You're dealing with building regs, you're dealing with building warranty, because in essence, it's like a new build. It's not what it is in essence. So you're dealing with building regs, you're dealing with building warranty. Right. So with that comes, you have to do it this specific way. You have to do it this specific way. So again, it goes back to the architectural drawings. Again, you need to get construction drawings that are detailed, that tell you this is the kind of insulation you should use. This is the kind of soundproofing you should use. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was all of that stuff that you kind of find out doing like commercial to residential.
So did you learn that on the job, or was you prior to that?
Yeah.
How
no, on the job, bro. On the job, bro. Because because again, what I kind of did, what helped with me is I had my business partner who been doing other stuff in the past, so almost like a step ahead of me. Brilliant. So I'm kind of pivoting off like, oh, I was there when you done this project. I was there when you done this project. So I'm like asking questions and stuff like that. Brilliant. Additionally, we've got a really good build team. So again, you ask them questions, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? So you kind of learn on the job that way. Then that way there's no arguments. But like I said, it sounds easy the way I'm talking about it, but like I said, it was a process, and you have to earn the stripes, literally.
100%. And you've been doing it for how long now?
I've been doing it property in general. I've been doing it almost 10 years. Damn. Started in 2015. Wow.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So this is why you've earned your stripes.
You're right.
You put the time in to become master the 10,000 hours, as people like to put it.
Absolutely.
Set up an estate agency.
Yep.
You've gone into coaching as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm starting to do that as well now. So again, just to piggyback off that, I didn't even know it's been about 10 years, but I literally, you don't have to do it this route, but I went through every single step. Like I bought a property, then started rent to rent, then started doing HMOs, then started getting into refurbs, then started doing commercial. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously a new build now, and I've got a new build project going on now. So it's just like, definitely earn my straps, man.
100%.
I'm not gonna lie.
So it's good to hear. Yeah. So good points about this, because obviously we've gone through the bad. And you obviously said some of the stuff that you had to learn and go along the way. What's been the good points, the highlight?
Yeah, man. The highlight of it was obviously how it's turned out, man. I'm quite impressed with what the builders have done, man. The spec, we had to kind of find a good balance because of the area, you can't overdo it. Yeah. You have to think, okay, I want to get good money for it, but this area, I need to make sure I'm better than everyone else around there, but I'm not doing the madness and spending loads of money on the refurb. So I really enjoyed that. For me, man, the ability to see something before, have the vision of what you want to create, and then see it come to life. I love that. So that's what gets me going, man. That's what gets me going through the hard days, man.
And one of the things, I'll say this to a lot of people, you've got to enjoy the journey. So when you've gone through it, because how long did it take you in total?
In total, it was about 8 months. 8 months.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm saying I enjoyed it. However, there were nights where you're pulling your hair out. You're like, what's going on? And someone done something on site, and you're like, oh, why didn't you do X, Y, Z? And why didn't you do that? So, but definitely enjoy the process. Like I'm ready for that. We got other projects running at the moment, but it's like for this one, just closing the chapter and kind of moving on to the next stuff, man. Because I enjoy it.
Like I said, that's key. That you are got to enjoy it, because some people get into it because of the money.
Yeah.
They think it's quick, easy, fast.
All right, listen.
Like you just said, you blinked and it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as people seem to make out. But what helps is having a business partner, coaching, which is what you've gone into, helping people, so people can learn from what you've been through.
Absolutely. Just to add on that as well, because that is a really good point, because what we normally do as well, we do like site visits, whereby we get people to come over and we'll sit down like this and say, look, this is what we did. If you want to get involved in this is what you need to consider. Have a look, this is what you can create. Show them what it looked like before, show them what it obviously looks like now, and it's just an opportunity for them to ask questions. And as much as obviously that's blessing them, that's blessing me, because it kind of helps me reflect a little bit and kind of challenges me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're asking questions where I might have not thought about. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is the answer. But it's like, yeah, it's great, man. It's great. Doing
The
that
floor plan. So the floor plan, what made you see the vision with the floor plan when you first got the floor
Yeah.
plan for the commercial?
Yes.
And then
Good
to have
question.
the vision to say, okay, I can convert this into this.
So I guess the source is time. And what I mean by that is I've seen loads of different buildings. With time, I've kind of seen buildings and I've been able to kind of look at it and say, okay, this is what I can create from this, right? So number one thing is experience, just doing it over and over and over again. That's number one. Number two is we kind of look at floor plan generally, calculate what the square footage is, and then figure out, okay, each flat should be this size. Each flat should be this size. So generally, you know that you can have 3 or 4 or 5.
So you look at the floor plan and you think, this is the measurements for a 1 bed, for a 2 bed, so this is what can fit into that floor space.
Exactly. So then from that, you kind of get...
That's a gem.
That is a gem, innit? Shout me for one more gem. But anyway, yeah, so literally, that's what we look at. And then from then, we know, okay, we can do this. Then, again, power team, get your architect on the ball. So again, very important, get your architect, let him have a look. Because the way I deal with my architect is, I know what I think I can get from it, and I know what this layout's going to be, but I don't tell him. I just come in, what do you think we can get from it? I'll give you an example. There was a commercial building we're looking at now. I thought you can get 4 flats from it. I didn't tell him though. He's done the plan, we got 5. And I'm like, right. Because if I said it, if I said 4, he would have probably said, oh yeah, 4, yeah, you're right, 4. But you know, sometimes again, another gem. Another
gem right there again.
Yeah, so yeah, that's but yeah, it's been great, man.
Good stuff. So what's next?
Yeah, cool. So like, as I mentioned, we've got other projects going on at the moment. Again, more commercial to residential. We've got one that we're hopefully completing in 2 weeks. So again, that's the one we're converting into office. Again, we're converting to 5 flats. Nice. So again, that one, got a big plan for that one actually. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out because it's got like an outhouse that you can use as an office. So again, I saw the potential. You know what? Let's do that. So again, looking for more deals. So again, I think the goal for this year is to get 20 units. So obviously we're up and running now. We've got a few going. So you know we're going to try and hit that, man. 20 flats this year. So
come on, it's going to be happening. Now let's chop up some numbers. Purchase price
130.
130,000.
Yes.
What was the works?
170 in total.
How long did it take you?
8 months.
What sort of profit are we looking at?
Yeah, so with this one, we're retaining it. So we're renting it out. So overall, because the valuation is going to be about 350, we've got about 40K stuck in the deal. So it's almost like we've got 40 flats, 3 flats for 40 grand basically, almost, once you pull out the money. However, rental income is great, like the cash flow is really, really good. We've got people, you know, lined up to move in already. And yeah, man. Yeah, already, so yeah.
But I think that's down to the spec and you guys know in the market and everything. So it's like, you know, it was bound to happen, which is good.
Absolutely, man.
But what's important is that you're looking to retain and build and then moving on to the next one.
Absolutely. That's my approach, man, with everything we try. As much as possible, we try to hold and just, you know, generation wealth, man, pass it on. I don't really,
powerful there.
Absolutely. I don't really sell unless I have to. Like it's all about the cash flow, man, and rental income. So that's my bag, man. So
that's it. Well, keep it. He's going in the right direction.
Thank
you heard it here from the man himself. I'm glad to finally get him on here.
Yes, sir.
He's going to come back because he's got a lot of projects in the pipeline.
We're working.
We were happy to be blessed to be working together. We've got many more projects coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. We're going to go and check out the rest of the spec of the house.